Jackson back with you at Song Mentor, and I'm delighted to report that John Fogerty and I have something in common. We both love rock and roll, and we both love baseball. In 1985, after an 11-year hiatus from the music business, John Fogerty released his first solo LP, CENTERFIELD, and the title track is our rockin' selection for today. Sometimes called Put Me in Coach, in 2010, Fogerty became the first musician to ever be honored by the Baseball Hall of Fame for his contribution to baseball. His contribution? CENTERFIELD. Here's John Fogerty on Song Mentor.
All right, let's talk about chords for CENTERFIELD. And I'm going to give you the names of the chords you need. And after I do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about finger positions and strumming style, etc. You need an open G chord. Notice the finger position. 2, 3, 4 fingers. You need an open C chord. Okay, but I'm going to suggest that you leave the pinky on from the open G, because most of the time you're going to be playing those chords in succession. So there's the open G. Move your fingers to a C position. Keep the pinky on the G note of the high E string. E minor. Now again, I'm suggesting for the sake of a full rich sound in this song that you keep your pinky here, and instead of using the 2 and 3 fingers for the E minor, use the 1 and 2. Keep the pinky there. So we have the G, the C, the E minor with the pinky on the G note of the high E string. You're also going to need an A minor chord, open A minor, and open D. Now when we strum those, we're probably going to be strumming primarily the 5 and 4 strings, perhaps 5, 4, 3. So we end up with really what amounts to an A5 chord, sort of thing. But it is an A minor and an open D, and with just how we strum it is coming up shortly here. Okay, those are the 5 chords you need for the song. And now I want to talk to you a little bit about this positioning. I'm using 2, 3, 4 because when I switch to the C chord here, it's so easy. I saw somebody online doing this. 1, 2, 3 for the G chord, and then switching to C, and then back to G. And I thought, well, why would you do that to yourself? This is... We get to a section of the song that's going to recreate that nice organ line. It becomes very, very easy to play that. And the sustained G is just something that I'm suggesting for this song to fill it in a little bit. I think having that sustained G note through all the chords really adds a lot. Now I want to take a look at the right hand here. If we were playing this as an acoustic song, you might be playing something like this. The drum and hold the phone. The sun came out today. But in the electric version, here's what I'm hearing. Beat the drum and hold the phone. The sun came out today. Okay, so here's the strumming. Get that? Instead of a campfire acoustic full strum, we're going to go with a little more of a rock and roll feel here. All right. In a few minutes, we'll put all those chords and that strumming pattern together, and we'll get through a verse and figure out the progression, how things go. But before that, let's tackle that intro. All right, my hands are together. Indicates clapping. John Fogerty very cleverly used that sports that sports clap that you hear if you're at a ball game. I mean, that's what you hear through the PA system. Every once in a while, people clap along. And he used that as the intro to the song. And so you're going to hear me going t t t t t t t t t t t t. So what I'll do is I'll play that for you right now with that rhythm in behind it, and you can get a feel for the intro. Then I'll show you the details of how to pick out that intro. All right, let's pick through that intro. There's the first bit. So I'm going to start with my third finger on the G note of the sixth string. And we're going 3, open 5, 2 on 5, and then up to 3 on 5. Now when I go up to 3 on 5 with my third finger, I'm going to also put my second finger on the second fret of the fourth string. I've got that in position ready to go. And now I can pick right through that. I can pick through 5, 4, and 3, and my fingers are in position for those next notes. So it's 3, open, 2, 3, 2, open on the third string. And I'll tell you this right now. When you're playing this, it's a good idea. First of all, your tone should be very trebly, very vintage, trebly, chimey tone here. It's probably coming through a little bassier than it is here at home on the recording, but keep it chimey and trebly. Second thing is mute it just a touch. Don't ring it completely open. And all I'm doing there is just muting ever so slightly with the heel of my hand. I don't want it like this. I don't want it pipeline-ish, the Ventures sort of thing, but I want it slightly muted. Okay, so there are the first notes. Okay, so I'm open fourth fret of the fourth string, second fret of the third string. The next three notes are an open third string, and then I put my fingers down together, my third finger on the fourth fret of the third string, and my second finger on the third fret of the second string. And I play that as a triplet. Open third, and then... Okay, so far we have... And I finish that up with an open D string. And then, the second time through is just a hair different. Instead of playing, I play open, second, fourth, open, fourth. All right, so let's play those two back to back, slowed down. And after we're done, we play that first one again. It repeats the first one, and then we get to this little part here. Pick the C note and then play the C chord. And what this is, and I'm adding this note down here, this is basically a G chord without the G note, the low G note. It's the other two notes in the G chord. Okay, so we pick. And then we play. Those are 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them on the A minor. And this is where we simulate that keyboard line by going from the G to the C to the G to the C. 4 times. And now we're ready for a verse. All right, let's play through a verse. 1, 2, 3.
When I beat the drum and hold the phone, the sun came out today. We're born again, there's new grass on the field. Around a third and head for home. It's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Anyone could understand the way I feel.
I should tell you that eventually I'm going to get to quite a few of the little fills and riffs that you hear in the song, and we'll put them in picture later on. But right now, let's focus on what he's playing during the chorus. And it's as simple as that. And so he's on the G chord here, and he's picking. All he's doing is lifting that G note, the third finger, off the G note and on. Open string, on, open, on. Same thing on the C chord. Just lifting the C off and on. Okay, so just to repeat that. All right, let's play that with vocals so you see how nicely it fits. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center field.
All right, it's riff time. Well, let's call this riff number 1, and this is the riff that plays during the little, which is, again, simulating that keyboard sound that's in there, and it's 4 bars of this, and while that's playing, and just before the first verse, we get this. Okay, that's similar to Take It Easy. If you remember, there's a very first song lesson I did in Relaxed on Song Mentor. And it's my third finger's on the D note, the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and my second finger is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and I'm bending that 3rd string up. Not just playing around on the 4th string there. And the second rhythm is. I'll show you the right hand. So you can practice that riff a few times, and I'll put it in picture when we play through the song. Okay, there are some neat little riffs during the verse. I won't be able to cover every riff in the song because he does so much little incidental playing. But I should tell you that that first riff we learned, riff number 1, is repeated at the end of the first verse when he sings, "And one can understand the way I feel." So you need to reinsert it in there, and I will do that during the playthrough. Okay, riff number 2 is the riff that is in the chorus. Put me in, coach. And I'll get nice and close up for this. He's way up here on the, let's see, boy, this would be 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, and 20th frets. 19th fret of the 3rd string, 20th fret of the 2nd string. Slide up to them a bit there and wiggle them. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Hey. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to. And then we'll get to riff number 3. But that's riff number 2, way up on 19 and 20. All right, the third riff is really a sequence of riffs that's played while the other guitar player is playing that section. And it begins with the vocal, I'm ready to play. And those are the 4 riffs. So it starts here, and I think we're going to slide up 2 frets here. So we start with our first finger on the 6th fret of the 1st string, and our second finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and we're going to slide up a couple of frets. And the picking motion is there is down on 3, up on 1. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to this one. So I'm going from 5 on 3 and 1 to 7 on 3 and 1. And then exactly the same thing from 3 to 5. And then the last one is way up on 10th fret. I'm going to bar the 10th fret with my first finger. First 3 strings, bar them. And then hammer with my second finger on the 11th fret. Okay, so again, just the 4 of them together. And that's riff number 3. Okay, well, we have time for a partial playthrough today with picture-in-picture. Let's just go from the last ch 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 ch.
It's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and no one can understand the way I feel. Oh, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center field.
Okay, fine-tuning today. A few little riffs that you still have to work on, but I've given you all the essentials for the rock and roll version. If you want to do a campfire version, pull out the acoustic, fill in the strumming a little bit more openly, and have a lot of fun with it. Baseball, John Fogerty. Doesn't get too much better than that. We'll see you next time on Song Mentor.